Hi all and what's up, my name is Alekice, this is High Voltage, that's Quixie, and we're Pillars of Gaming. Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. I know I sometimes start off with that, quite usual nowadays.
We do a lot of different things.
So here at Pillars of Gaming, we're gonna be making a sci-fi/space month. I mean, probably viewers already know, because we're gonna be having other content as well connected to that. And in that content, we've already said that this is the sci-fi/space month, but yes, so today's episode will be on that theme, and in general, the entire month will be connected on that theme.
Yes, General.
So, to start off nice and easy with the questions, what is your favorite sci-fi game? And on top of that, I want to ask something else. Why would you recommend it to people?
Oh.
Yes.
Well, my suggestion for people to try out a sci-fi game is Warframe. Warframe is a pretty quick game for you to pick up. It's a game that you can play with your friends. It is grindy, yes, but the grinding is very satisfying.
It's free on Steam as well.
Yeah, it's
on top
absolutely free. If this is your first game, it can be a good starting point. The combat is very satisfying. The enemies are challenging later on throughout the missions. However, they do not get too challenging to where you get too overwhelmed.
Okay.
Amazing animations, amazing art style. The environments are very creative. It just keeps you locked in. It's a game that I constantly go back to whenever I'm looking for something to play.
Okay, I have one disclaimer over here. If you haven't played Warframe, first of all, go play it. It is a good game, I do agree on that. Because I've played it myself, and I've actually spent quite a few hours in it, if I have to be honest. I even played it back when it was in beta, actually. So, yeah, I've played it, and it has improved very greatly through the years. It has a lot more content, it is a lot more interesting, but it has a lot of microtransactions nowadays.
Yeah, it does, but the
And
microtransactions don't
it
take
does
it away.
have slightly a little bit of a pay-to-win moment about it. Well, not exactly pay-to-win, but more like it pay to progress faster, exactly. I mean, you can progress in everything, and it is quite fun to do it even without paying, but be prepared that you have to spend a great deal of time in it.
Yeah, the good thing about it is what you have is not something that a pay-to-win guy doesn't as well.
Yeah, it is a little bit grindy nowadays, and some of the panels, it's kinda hard to unlock them unless you either buy things at the auction house for in-game currency, or you spend real money to buy them. And the game kinda nowadays has its own economics in the auction house. And it does remind me strongly, basically, of World of Warcraft. Why would you recommend, though, the game?
I would recommend it because it's a good way to enter into sci-fi. The game is free. It's simple to pick up for the beginning. Later on, it becomes very grindy. But it's a way for you to get into the sci-fi genre.
Nowadays it has a decent story.
Yeah, it does have a very
It's not the most complex story, and there's some things that are kind of like...
But not always complex story means a good story, so...
No.
Yeah.
I think it's enough for the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite picks... I think Space Marine 2.
Okay.
Of course. I mean,
even the Emperor agrees that it's a very good start into your Warhammer adventure. If you want to get into the whole franchise, you can kill a lot of them.
Is it better than Space Marine 1?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. I think not only because of the graphics, the story gets a little bit better. And
it is a continuation from the first one?
It is a continuation, and actually, because of Space Marine 2, the main character gets canonized in the Warhammer universe. Warhammer 40k.
Titus, right?
Yes, Titus.
Yes.
But I like other game I would choose. It's Alien Isolation. It's cool.
Okay, so you have two games here.
Yeah.
Why would you recommend... Because Alien Isolation, probably. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
So no need to explain on that one. And we've kind of talked on it on the channel about good AI.
Let's not talk about too much about it.
But why would you recommend Alien Isolation and why would you recommend Space Marine 2?
Alien Isolation is because it's a good horror game. And it's a lot of running and hiding.
Okay.
But you have to outsmart the enemy, which is the xenomorph that's trying to catch you. You have different kind of weapons there, even though you cannot kill the alien, actually. About Space Marine 2, it's very fun. I mean, it's so fucking fun.
Okay.
You follow Titus in his adventures. He struggles with things from his past, from the previous game. You have different new weapons. You have different enemies. It's exciting. After I finish the game, I cannot wait to for you to buy it and play it together.
Oh yeah, and that's another good point here. Space Marine 2 has co-op or multiplayer, if you want to call it.
What about yours?
Okay. I mean, I have to credit StarCraft here. Of course, StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2. I have to credit those games because, again, kinda grim dark universe, pretty interesting story, and like you two kind of said shooters, so I need to be on the other spectrum and say a strategy.
Yes.
Yeah, StarCraft definitely like my pick, but I have a second pick as well, and it is Dead Space.
Ooh.
Because overall the game, first of all, good story, and the atmosphere that it brings. I've never been a huge fan of Dead Space. I mean, I like it as a game a lot, but never been a huge fan of, in general, horror games or like thriller type of games. Just not my thing, but I do like Dead Space. It just really puts you in that atmosphere. It does give you interesting tools to resolve conflicts, the gameplay is good, the game is good, and if you haven't played Dead Space like in 2026,
what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, you should definitely do it. If you want to go for a more strategy game where you command armies, build up bases, go for StarCraft. Definitely. But if you want to experience a shooter that it's more in-depth, go for Dead Space. And if you really want that atmosphere of horror and that feeling of unease every time you take a right or a left at a corridor, you definitely need to play Dead Space. Are we moving on to the second question?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, we would love to actually hear your answers on all of these questions down below in the comments. We'll be happy to interact with you and for you to tell us some of your favorite like sci-fi games.
We want to involve you guys in this.
Yeah, in general, like we would be happy for you to engage with us, and we do tend to answer every comment. So go down there, and if you prefer a much more private conversation and you prefer actually for us to spend slightly more time and answering your questions and things like that, you can actually go check us on Patreon as well. Yeah, we have a Patreon for Pillars of Gaming, where we do tend to answer a little bit more in depth and share a little bit more our opinion on things. So the second question will be about Star Wars, because what is a sci-fi episode without Star Wars? And like all of us, if like we did decide to separate the questions because otherwise we would have
unfair.
Said Star Wars games in the first one.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite Star Wars game? And on top of that, what is your favorite Star Wars character? It does not have to be particularly only from games. It can be in general from Star Wars and from the Star Wars universe. Extended universe as well. Even uncanon characters. Or legend characters.
I mean, okay, I'll start it off. The game that I would recommend for you to try out in the Star Wars franchise, again, is a free game. Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMORPG.
Okay.
That is a good entrance for you for the MMORPG area. I don't usually like this type of genre. I tend to avoid. And I would suggest Star Wars The Old Republic mainly because it has a good story. I love the story inside of it.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
one of the only, like, not the only one, of course, but one of the only MMORPGs that is full on focused on story. Because in most MMORPGs, what happens? They show you the story at the beginning, something happens, a story quest, and after that they leave you to go through mindless quests and dungeons for you to level up to a certain level. Then you continue with the story. This one doesn't really have any dungeons. It does have some, but not many. They're not mandatory. You
Okay.
mainly level up through missions that are story related.
I've actually played it in the beta. And I've played it afterwards as well. First of all, classes, interesting. Second of all, game is graphically very good, even to this day, and it has been updated numerous times.
Yes.
There's a huge universe there to explore. And it's not your typical, like, either Empire versus Rebellion or, like, your...
Yeah, you can be a bounty hunter. You can be...
Yes, you have
Scoundrel.
a different, like, the old Republic, basically. And there is so much, like, lore there that you can explore, and the game's quests are interesting. Yeah, at some point they do get kind of repetitive, as every other MMORPG, of course.
Yeah, all of them do.
But first of all, the game has its charm. It has good cinematics. It has voice acting in most places, not all quests, but
Yeah,
some of
not
them
all
have
quests, but most
voice
of them
acting.
do.
At least main story quests have voice acting, which great, because World of Warcraft never did that. And on top of all of that, it used to be a lot more pay to win than it is nowadays. Nowadays, you're capable of actually progressing a lot more through the game than it used to be before. There is still a subscription-based model that gives you basically perks and things like that and so on, but that's in almost every kind of free MMORPG.
Yeah.
And you can still, it is kind of grindy and at some point gets repetitive, but they do add frequently new content.
Yeah, they do.
So, from my point of view, if that's a game that I would recommend, it would be for the new content that they add, because it is a game that you can leave for a couple of months to play something else, to have fun somewhere else, and afterwards just go back to it, and you will find new content to kind of freshen up the whole experience.
You cannot forget the fact that you have choosable dialogue with your character.
Yes.
And the dialogue actually does impact the story of what you say. Not as much as some other games, like Telltale games. Like
even Telltale's doesn't really impact that much.
But, yeah, fine, but
yeah,
it does have a bit. It does have some kind of impact, and it grounds your character more in the universe.
Of Mass Effect, but imagine like the huge world of Warcraft combined with Mass Effect's dialogue choices, or like Bethesda games dialogue choices. It is a good mix of things, and it does it well. It just mixes a lot of things from other games, and it took their good parts and mixed them together well.
Yeah.
And on top of that, graphically, good. Like, it's not the most stunning game, it's not on the level of Space Marine 2 or on the level of Doom, but it is graphically very good.
You won't say that it passes a test of time?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I will play it sometime.
Favorite Star Wars character?
Oh, my favorite Star Wars character is the like and subscribe button. Maybe the bell icon as well. No, but my actual character that I really love from Star Wars, of course, many are gonna say it, Anakin Skywalker. I can't not love his character.
Okay.
There is something about the chosen one, you know, the guy who's supposed to bring balance to everything, gets manipulated, mistreated to the point that he breaks and goes down the wrong path. There is something about that storyline that I like. I mean, it's the reason why I love Lich King from Warcraft, World of Warcraft. It's the same plot line, although in World of Warcraft is better told.
Moving on to High Voltage.
Okay, favorite Star Wars game. It's a tough choice for me because usually most of the, I'm not talking about the old ones, most of the games I've played, they kind of suck.
I can't say anything about that.
Your lack of faith is disturbing.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
As a gameplay, I like a lot the Force Unleashed actually.
Okay.
I know that you don't, but
No, as gameplay, it is a good game.
It's just
not my game.
God of War, but Star Wars version.
If it wasn't for the dull and uninteresting character that they made for it, and kind of the bad story, it would have been a great game. If you just put Luke Skywalker instead of that guy that I can't even remember his name, and kind of removed all the bullshit. As gameplay wise, yes, it is a good game.
I like the way I like as well the gameplay of Battlefront 2.
Older ones or newer ones?
Newer ones.
Newer ones, okay.
Because they look cool.
I like the old ones as well. By the way.
I like both.
And the old ones are cool as well. I played actually the old one, Battlefront 2. It's cool. It was a bit hard for me, that level with the Darth Vader. But
okay.
And the third one that I mainly play on my phone because it's a mobile game.
But it is a good mobile game.
Yeah, it's a good mobile game. You can actually play it on your computer as well. It's free in Steam.
Be prepared to grind though.
And for an EA game, I mean, it has a lot of microtransactions.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
you can grind everything in the game
for free.
Yeah, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You collect the
It's
characters.
a great gallery for heroes.
Yes.
Gameplay wise, not the best game,
Not the best
definitely.
game.
But it is, and it's not overly grindy, and you can grind extreme amounts of characters, ships as well. And you have not only like the main characters, no, you have uncanon characters as well. And something that I was very pleasantly surprised, you even have zombie stormtroopers,
Yes.
which was very cool. And the fact that they added like your Darth Jar Jar.
They had a
Which
Jar Jar.
it's just fun. It's just fun.
Yeah.
I don't like the character, but it's fun, and you have like the evil Yoda zombified version over there as well. Which again, just fun. Just extremely fun. The characters look cool. They have some story added to them as well. I think.
For the journey quests. I mean,
Yeah, no, but not only for the journey quests. You have like kinda stat sheet of the characters that tell you what weapons they use, what equipment they have, and they're pretty lore accurate.
yes.
And they add some things to the lore of Star Wars that otherwise you would need to go to the wiki and search for.
A lot of their abilities are lore accurate to the characters. So, about favorite character, Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
He's very cool.
The Skywalker family.
I like him a lot in the games, even in the Battlefront 2. The story mode that you play, it's represented very well, his character. I like him in the books, in the movies. What else I can say about him? He's
So,
very cool.
just to conclude off, your favorite Star Wars game is? If you had to pick one.
I cannot.
Okay,
That's
absolutely acceptable.
So just all of them.
My Star Wars favorite game now. That is a very hard one because I have a few things as usual.
I know what it is.
Okay, definitely Star Wars Republic Commando,
Yeah.
but Star Wars Empire at War is a close second one actually to that one. And nowadays, I think I prefer Republic Commando more, maybe because it's just a very good single-player shooter. It used to have multiplayer, now it's long time gone. Star Wars Empire at War, it's not. It used to be my favorite Star Wars game, but as a strategy and as a game that I've played too much, like way too much, at some point it loses its charm because it has limitations. It has a lot of limitations. For example, like the army cap that you have, there's a lot of limitations to it. And because it is a strategy game with a lot of planets that you can conquer, a lot of resources, a lot of armies that you can build, and other things like that, despite it being fairly old by this point, at some point when you over mod it or when you touch the configuration files and you kind of add more cap for your units and
Other
other
characters.
characters and things like that, it starts not handling it well. But it has immense replayability. That's why I would recommend it for anyone to play it. Because, yes, it is set during the time between, like, movies 4, 5, and 6, basically, tells that story. And the second one is, like, a separate of its own story, Forces of Corruption, with Tiber Zahn, which is one of my most favorite characters, because you explore more about the crime syndicates, which is extremely interesting for me. And you can hire notorious bounty hunters, and in general, Tiber Zahn is just one of the coolest characters in the entire Star Wars, although nowadays he's more in Legends than being actually canon. It has so much mods nowadays that it's kind of like Warcraft 3. It has its own modding community. It has thousands of mods that you can add. You can change the era in which you play. You can change the visuals of the game. You can add more planets. You can change the way even the mechanics work. And it has open like configuration files that you can just go and correct and change everything about the game the way you want it to.
So the best thing of the game is that it's like clay and you can make it
Yes.
You can
yes,
make it your
yes.
own.
your
like-
scenario.
Exactly. Kind of the same deal with Warcraft 3. Great game with great story, but at some point it gets kind of boring,
Yeah.
as every other strategy, even as StarCraft as well. But the fact that you can, I was gonna say tweak the game, but
Don't tweak it. Don't tweak it.
but mod the game or modify the game in general and change so much about the game just makes it extremely awesome. But yeah, if I had to pick a singular one, excluding like all the mods because they're fan made, I have to go stick with Star Wars Republic Commando. Like I have to stick with that one. So yeah, it has to be that. Definitely it has to be
Okay.
that for me. For a favorite character, I would usually say Obi-Wan or Darth Vader, but I have to actually say Jango Fett.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's very
Nowadays, it is Jango Fett, and in general, the holy trio of the Mandalorians,
Yeah.
like Jango Fett, Boba Fett, and Din Djarin, like the
The
Mandalorian.
OG Mandalorian bounty hunter.
Yes, like Jango Fett is just. I mean, I like clones a lot. I like Rex, I like Cody, I just like the whole bunch of the clones. And maybe that's why I like Republic Commando so much as well. But Jango Fett, like they were cloned from him.
Yeah.
And that makes him so much more special. Like,
He's a special boy.
he's not a special boy. He is the one and only bounty hunter. Like, Boba Fett, extremely awesome, don't get me wrong. Like, there's a lot more in canon about Boba Fett and in Legends in general.
Yeah.
Well, for Django, we just don't have enough information. But at that point, before he died from stupid Mace Windu. And no, it has nothing to do with the fact that Mace Windu is black.
No, he's
No.
just a bad character.
Just not an interesting character. And Mace Windu wasn't that bad in some of like the animations.
You
But
know,
in the movies, he was just bad. But doesn't matter. Like, Boba Fett, extremely awesome and extremely cool. Jango Fett, on the other hand, like, he used to be the best bounty hunter.
Yeah.
He was referred as the best from the best, which at that point the Republic kind of had outlawed bounty hunters. They weren't very legal. They were being hunted down. They were being arrested. So having a bounty hunter that managed to even fight Obi-Wan, escape with his skin, a bounty hunter that has a lot of feats done in general, managed to hide from the Republic, had one of the best like ships ever, like Slave One. Yes, it is Slave One, which was a police craft, by the way.
Yeah.
And his armor is extremely symbolic. His armor was very reminiscent of the old Mandalorian armor as well, and kind of became the staple afterwards for the Mandalorians. In general, the guy was a Mandalorian, which is one of the coolest things. Not only that he was a Mandalorian, he was the best bounty hunter until that point.
Yeah.
And afterwards, like, the clones are made from him, which is the best army. He managed to fight off the best Jedi, which is Obi-Wan, and escape with his skin, and his son becomes the second best bounty hunter. Like, yeah, you can't give him more credit. Like, that guy nowadays, for me, is just extremely awesome, and I kind of think they did him dirty in the movies.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe that's the reason that I don't like Mace Windu, because
he killed all your
and he killed him extremely brutally. If you haven't watched the uncut version, please put it somewhere here.
Oh.
We're not warriors, we're keeper of the peace.
Yeah.
Of the pieces! I'm more like...
Chops his arms off, cuts his legs, strikes him in the fucking kidneys.
in front of his
son,
son,
and then decides to cut his head off.
Even Dooku was surprised.
Yeah, even Dooku was surprised. And Dooku is Dark Tyrannus. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, definitely I have to go for Jango Fett. Like,
Respectable choice.
That's understandable. Very cool choice.
okay, to conclude
next
off
question.
the episode, this is the final question. We're gonna be dreaming a little bit, going in the deep space. No, not fucking sleeping. Wake up, you fucks.
Stop dreaming.
We're gonna be overall talking about what game we want to see made. It doesn't matter if it's any sci-fi game, or if it's a sequel, or a remake, remaster, or if it's Star Wars game. Just what game do we want to see remade? Or added or created, yeah.
Can we have freaking hell another game? I know that already games about this timeline of the Star Wars universe already exist, but the Old Republic has still untapped potential that hasn't been reached yet. There is still holes in which you can make an original character, or you can give us the choice between a Force user for those who like Force users and like a bounty hunter, somebody who's not a Force user. I just want to go back to that period. Like, I'm sick and tired of during the Clone Wars, during the after Order 66, like, we already know extensively those periods way too much. Let's go back to something that it hasn't been touched upon that much.
Yeah, nowadays the movies and the series are made a lot of after the end of the Empire, or after the Order 66.
Yeah.
It's overpopulated with...
like,
with this.
that period, those two periods have been overtold to hell. Like, you keep on coming up with new characters even for those time periods. Like, just go back to a period that has been talked upon, but the thing is, hasn't been that deeply talked about.
Yeah.
And just create something new out of it. I am tired of seeing clone troopers at some point. Like, they're cool, but I want to see something else. Like,
I would like to see some adaptations of some of the books I have read through my lifetime.
About Luke?
About Luke? Yeah, a game about the Throne trilogy. Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
the Throne trilogy.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
it's after the fall of the Empire, but it's
I'm
still a cool way.
sorry that I'm interrupting you here, but would you be interested if it was something like Star Wars Empire at War?
No.
No.
Not really.
Because I would like to see something like that. Yeah, and Tron is a perfect character to make something like that.
Yeah, I understand that.
Basically, a strategy game. Because Tron is what?
Yeah,
He's
he
the
is,
best
he is.
strategist in the entire empire,
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah.
with Tarkin as well.
Yeah.
Like those two are kinda your best strategists.
Yes.
So it would be a very good moment to actually make another Star Wars Empire at War. I mean, it doesn't need to be called Empire at War because the Empire kinda is
More
breaking
like
down.
remnants of the Empire.
Yeah.
Or something like that. What I'm interested in is the adventures of Luke Skywalker.
Okay, so
And
something like The Force Unleashed.
Not
as brutal, maybe.
Yeah,
More
not as
combined,
brutal.
maybe between between Force Unleashed and Jedi Fallen Order, somewhere in the mix of those.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like that. I like to see him meeting Mara Jade.
Okay, yeah.
Give him the happy ending.
Yeah, not just an old man on a fucking planet drinking from the titties of an alien. That's,
Drinking blue milk.
yeah, that's disgusting. And the other game I would like to see is a game about the Horus Heresy from the Warhammer.
Okay.
Starting from the first 3 or 4 books from the Horus Heresy, because I like the main character.
Okay.
Garville Locken is so fucking cool, and I would like to see something like Space Marine 2, but with him. A little bit more action, a little bit more cinematics about the fall of Horus Luperco. But yeah, that's what I would like to see, even though it's a
Okay, from
Dying Day.
Warhammer, like if I want a game from Warhammer, I would actually like a Warhammer game made like Star Wars Republic Commando, though.
yeah.
Something like that, where you can command a
yes.
few
Fuck.
space
Yes,
marines.
I forgot to
And
speak about that. I would like this
I
kind
would
of.
love if it was with Titus,
Yeah.
and you're playing Titus and you're commanding like a few space marines, and in general have that like gameplay. And if it has to be Star Wars,
Maybe in Space Marine 3 we'll see that.
Space Marine 3,
We'll
yeah.
see.
And I would be okay if you could lose squad, like teammates, basically.
Yeah,
Squad members.
And it's understandable because they are dying like
yeah,
ants.
and you need to replace them, basically. But the ones that you lose, like they had something like maybe a XP type of grinding thing and skills, and you can like give them different skill trees and enhance their abilities. That would be extremely cool. And if they die, they perma-die for your run or for the thing. You lose them, and you basically have a novice
And maybe
that doesn't have the skills,
and maybe
which
if you
gives
have
a
the
totally
choice,
different curve,
maybe-
like in difficulty for the
and
game.
maybe if you have the choice to pick from other chapters or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, like
with
mix and
different
match. How's it called? The
specialists.
Dead Watch? No,
Yeah.
that's from Star Wars.
I think it's the Death Watch.
Yeah, maybe it was the Dead Watch. Maybe,
think
I'm
it's
just
the
getting
Death
the universes slightly
Yeah, maybe
mixed.
something like that. Maybe a game about Titus while he was in the Death Watch.
Something like that, you know? Another game that I would actually want to see is, and it's a very far-fetched thing, okay? It's a game about Boba Fett, but not only about Boba Fett. You start off with Django. You play a little bit as Django. Django dies.
Yeah.
Then you play Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And then you play Din Djarin.
Yeah. And it's
You can go through 3 different eras of Star Wars with such a game, with similar gameplay, but each one of them is unique. And Outlaws has overall good mechanics. And if you combine some of the mechanics from Jedi Fallen Order and its sequel, and if you combine those good mechanics, but if you combine the leveling system from that and your upgrades from that game with the things from Outlaws and kind of the gameplay from Outlaws and some of the good mechanics from Outlaws, and you combine them together into a fully fledged kind of trilogy about those 3 bounty hunters, that would be my dream game. Then you can price it at fucking $80 fucking euros. Yeah, you can go even to 100. I'm paying. No. Doesn't matter. Then you can high price.
Don't listen to him.
Shut the
Game
fuck
Studios.
Just make it long. Give me very good gameplay, very well made mechanics, and good story, and a good way of transitioning from one to the other.
Yes.
And give them something unique to each one of them, so they can feel unique as gameplay. It would be so freaking awesome. Make it, like, just do it. That
Just
would be
make it happen.
Yeah.
Come on, it would be
are they
awesome.
waiting
I would
for?
pay for it.
And it would be cool to see him, like, each one of them fighting different type of enemies. So they can each have a unique story and a unique gameplay, as well as unique enemies to face. And you can make a very long game. You can actually even make 3 games, like, for each one of them. Like, you have a very good opportunity here. And I don't know why they're skipping on. And you don't even need to make it canon.
Because
You can leave it even in Legends, and it's fine. And for once, don't give us, like, Force users. Just
And I think if
make the enemies Force
I
users.
think
That would
they
be cool as
have
well.
a lot of free space to make it even canon, but
Yeah,
not as important as the main things from the movies. So some of the
Yeah,
stories.
just don't put them specifically in movie things and things like that. Just
It's like
give them a separate way of the story, like.
yeah, you can show us things from the movies as cutscenes in the game to fill in, like, gaps with like the story, and to basically skip story-wise moments, like basically show us things from the movies or from the animations and things like that, just reworked in game.
Yeah.
And give us gameplay that we haven't seen neither in the movies, neither in, like, the supplementary, like, comics, not comics, but supplementary, like, animations and things like that.
I think this is it.
Yeah, this is
fine
kind
choice. Fine choice, Alex.
it for it, and, like, stay tuned to see other episodes. Yeah, now we focus more on Warhammer and on Star Wars, because those are kind of our 2 most favorite universes from the sci-fi genre. But on the channel, and not only on that, we'll have things on Patreon as well. We'll have things on all of our platforms overall. So you can go there and in general enjoy the Space Month. There will be a lot of content for you to actually enjoy. And a lot of diverse content, so go watch, subscribe, so you can see all the things.
Do it.
Go find us on every other fucking thing that we have over here. Just show them, like, Instagram, Patreons, or whatever. Everything. Bye for now from Pillars of Gaming.
The Emperor protects.
And see you in the next one.
Definitely.